Hello, Nigel here with a quick explanation of what's new in Ishtar Commander 1.4. There's some minor cosmetic changes, so now your nodes for chroma, weapons and armor will now be correctly shown in the app. If we go to the armor page, you can now see your intellect, discipline and strength listed across the top for each of your characters, and you can just tap to see the specific cooldowns for things like grenades or your super or your melee. If we go back to the weapons, let's go and inspect one of the Arms Day packages. Previously this didn't show anything interesting. Now it will show you all three items that are waiting for you to be picked up. You can then even inspect them and see what the rolls are. If you have a large phablet like the iPhone 6 Plus or a 6-inch Android phone, you can again inspect the package, long press one of the items, and you can see all three rolls at once and decide which one you want to get. And this is a lot more convenient than flying to the tower and fighting with interface there just to inspect which of the weapons you would like to buy this week. If we have a look at loadouts, first of all, loadouts have been made a bit more reliable. If you ever saw a problem where you would apply a loadout and maybe 80% of the loadout would apply but not everything, and then you would apply it again, and then finally those last items would come over, everything should now happen in one go. If we just edit this loadout here, you can now see the amount of items in the loadout has been bumped, and so instead of the limit of 3, it's up to 9 items plus an equivalent item in each loadout. There are some changes to refresh. There used to be a cooldown of 5 seconds before you could pull to refresh or press the refresh button. Those limits have been taken away. That also means there was an issue if you had a very slow internet connection. You may have seen items duplicating. That has all been fixed along with the changes to the refresh system. It's still advised in general not to manually refresh, but to just actually let the app auto refresh in the background. Now the biggest change, there's now a quests tab. If we go here, you can see all of your factions. The 2 factions that aren't aligned will be dimmed. You can long press them to see the exact numbers. If you go to the vault, you can see an actual total for all of your factions altogether, so you can see how much of your life you've wasted or prove to your friends that you're the most dedicated Destiny player around. There's also a missions tab, and this will show you things like your Elder Sigil, so you can see your high score, your cumulative score, also see what the modifiers are. Trials isn't on at the moment, but if it was and you had a Trials passage, you could inspect the Trials passage and you'd be able to see the number of wins and losses on that passage, as well as any boons you have. Overall, all these changes should make your life with the April update even more enjoyable, and there's plenty of new cool things coming to Ishtar Commander in the very near future. If you want to keep abreast of the latest updates, then follow me on Twitter, which is just @IshtarCommander. And also, if you want to help contribute to the project, go to patreon.com/IshtarCommander. Thanks very much for your time, and if you enjoy the app, please leave a nice review.